1955 reduced the releases by a couple back down to 8, and they bounced back and forth between regular Academy ratio and CinemaScope. We're also going to be adding a tune by Bill and Joe that we've done already, but we'll do it here too to be complete, and we'll add in the HD video. Southbound Duckling came out on March 12th. Quacker sees ducks flying south and can't wait to join them, but Jerry points out he's a farm duck and should stay put. But the little one tries and becomes immediately exhausted. He then continues to try to head south through various methods and ends up getting Tom's interest up into having a duck dinner. It's the same basic concepts from the last couple of Quacker shorts with the added travel aspect across the wide screen. It's a pretty good use of the format, but kind of a dark ending. What's Tom going to do there? This one also had the Academy ratio version. Pup on a Picnic was released on April 30th. Spike and Tyke go on a picnic. Jerry tags along, causing Tom to chase him while he hides in the picnic basket, getting Spike's anger up as he keeps trying to get in there. And of course, what's a picnic cartoon without ants? This one's kind of similar to Saltwater Tabby, where Jerry hides in Toodle's basket, but Spike is a lot more aggressive. This is Dawes Butler's first time doing Spike.
Well, there you are, son. When I promises to take you on a picnic, I takes you on a picnic.
He'll do him for the rest of the series, and more. We'll see that in a few years. This one was on TV quite a bit. Now, oddly, this was the first cartoon produced in CinemaScope, but the last of the first 4 to be released. It's also the last, or first, to get an Academy ratio version as well. Speaking of, it's back to Academy ratio for the next 2 cartoons. Mouse for Sale came out on May 21st. Tom tries to get rid of Jerry by selling him to a pet shop as a white mouse. But owner Joan finds the money Tom got and goes shopping. And what does she buy? A white mouse who looks very familiar. This one borrows aspects from the Invisible Mouse and the Missing Mouse. It also gives Joan a chance to appear without her husband George. Designs on Jerry was released on September 2nd. Tom comes up with a blueprint design for an elaborate trap to catch Jerry. He constructs an overly complex Rube Goldberg-style machine to do it. The intricate contraption backfires on him as Jerry manipulates the design with some help. This one features a lot of creative engineering and mechanical gags, plus a unique approach where the blueprint comes to life to help Jerry out. This is definitely a thinking outside of the box type of short. Tom and Cherie came out a week later on September 9th. The Mouseketeers are back. Jerry is in love while Tuffy is still in training to beat Kingsguard Tom and be a messenger to deliver the love letter to Jerry's intended. This one has Tom challenging constantly.
On guard!
And we get the line again.
Yay! Touché, pussycat!
But love's course isn't always straight. As you can see, they returned to CinemaScope for this one, but it did not get an Academy ratio version, and none of the future CinemaScope ones would either. Smarty Cat was released on October 15th. Butch, Lightning, and Topsy come over to watch old home movies of Tom engaging in his battles with Jerry. This one is yet another compilation film. What is this, the 4th? Using footage from Solid Serenade, again, Catfishing, again, and Fit to be Tied. This time, the older shorts look better here than they actually do on their own. Now, for some reason, this is the only Tom and Jerry short with the generic MGM closing card here. Pecos Pest came out on November 12th. Nice bit of foreshadowing there. Jerry's Uncle Pecos, a guitar-playing cowboy mouse, visits while he's on the way to a TV appearance. Uncle Pecos uses Tom's whiskers as guitar strings, repeatedly plucking them out when they break as the musical mouse prepares for his TV debut. I call Uncle Pecos the Pete Puma of the Tom and Jerry series. This is his only appearance, but everybody remembers it. His song, Froggy Went A-Courtin', is part of what makes him so memorable.
Oh, Froggy went a-courtin', he did ride Crambo.
He might have even inspired a young lad from Minnesota to cover the song. Uncle Pecos' vocals were done by yet another member of the Sons of the Pioneers, George Shug Fisher. This is the last non-CinemaScope Tom and Jerry produced until the Gene Deitch era. That's My Mommy came out 1 week later on November 19th. A duck egg hatches and the baby imprints himself on Tom, thinking the cat is his mother. Tom tries to convince the duckling otherwise while also considering eating it. Cherie protects the confused baby duck from Tom while it innocently follows the cat around. This was the first time our directors began using a familiar font for the credits. This was because longtime producer Fred Quimby had retired, leaving Bill and Joe to become the studio's producers. That was it for Tom and Jerry, but like I said, for completeness' sake, we'll do this one again. Goodwill to Men was released right before Christmas on December 23rd. This was a remake of Peace on Earth by Bill and Joe, updated to show how killing has changed in the 16 years since the original. So no replay of that harrowing dead soldiers scene. It's interesting to look at it that way and, kind of sad. I guess the original leaves so much of a long shadow that this one hasn't gotten much play on TV. But it was on the Academy Awards set, it was on the Cinemascope disc, and now it's here. One new Blu-ray release to mention, and it's not from Warner's. They took a pass on April since they had 2 releases in March. We'll be doing one of them soon. Fleischer Cartoons Greatest Hits Volume 1 collects 20 Paramount shorts from the Fleischer era, spanning the entire decade of the 30s. I think these are all public domain, but the producers were able to work with Paramount to get access to as much of the best quality material they had left. For example, they were able to find some original sound for Popeye Meets Alibaba. Now, the fact Paramount was willing to work on something like this may bode well for the future, where they could possibly have just about the best restoration team in the business under their umbrella and not have to farm things like this out. We'll see what the future holds. I have the Amazon affiliate link for it below. Next time, it'll be the last disc of cartoons on the set from 1956 to 1958, closing the studio out. I'm John Hartraw. Thanks for watching.